I meant to download these today because I've been at home since 10 o'clock or half 10 this morning. It's the 24th, the day of the test, which is finished, and I thought it went quite well. But at the moment, it's just Flo was out. She came back from her yoga at 8 o'clock, and I was waiting for her because I thought we had this idea of going out together with Tuco. And then I kind of lost it because I got bitten by a mosquito. And I said, oh, I got bitten by a mosquito. And Flo said, oh, well, the thing is the thing that's plugged into the mains, And she said, oh, the thing is there, just change it. You just need to change it. And I had a look at this old burnt out looking thing, which doesn't even look that safe. And I said, I'm not really good with these kind of things. And then she brought the stuff out from the bathroom, the little cartridges. And she said, here, there, it's not that difficult, is it? It's not that, everything is difficult with you, everything, the usual. It's the usual, it's our, what would you call it, Achilles heel, our apparently unsolvable, unchangeable, and unfixable problem. Like Flo and her mom have this kind of dynamic which doesn't seem to be changed either, or can't be. And me and Flo, God help us, we have the same kind of thing in certain areas. It's the kind of immovable object meets an unstoppable object. That's not quite right, but I'm really annoyed, I'm pissed off anyway, I'm not in the best of form. And then she kind of gets at me where it affects me the most, which is this kind of, you can't do anything, you're stupid, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that just, for whatever, why ever, I don't know, it just, when things are in the right constellation, it just winds me up. And so I threw the thing on the ground and I said, well, then do it yourself. Don't be so fucking arsey about it or something. Don't be whinging about it. And it's incredible the amount of force in that psychological concoction, that thing that grabs you. Because you want to punch your fist into something, You want to just, with me anyway, it's bad, it's a very unhealthy kind of thing to be, I have pain in my side now, and it's the kind of thing that'll kill you, because it would be better off to expel it. Go outside, get a stick and just smash the fuck out of the stick into something. Have a tantrum and expel it. But to go for a walk and be just thinking of smashing someone to bits because are strangling a dog because it's attacked you, these kind of things, they're imaginary and they don't really expel anything. I should go and sit on this. I'm sitting facing I'm not facing the way I came, and I just had a feeling that Flo may follow, because I think she's a bit pissed off maybe now about just, not saying things in a different way. But it's just one of those things. She's just prone to acting like that, and you can't really discuss it because she will double down. That really is a great word on this occasion. She will double the fuck down on it. She'll say, no, but you're like that, you can't do it. And it's completely true in what she's saying, you know. It's absolutely true. We've got these things for a decade. And if push came to shove, which you'd think that was the case, I can use them. I know exactly how to get them to work. It's just my mind is not always there, you know. I'm away sometimes, and if she said, okay, hang on a minute, I'll do it for you, I'd probably do it myself immediately then. If the attitude was different and she said, hang on a minute, I'm just doing something, I'll do it for you in a minute, then I'd say, oh, it's okay, I'll do it, I know. But it's like you know, a bomb disposal thing, and you just cut the wrong fucking wire, and every time that happens, and it leaves us both feeling bad over nothing, you know. It's a dynamic, it's because she's true, but if she could even say, I know it's true, he should know this shit, but what's the point in getting both of us all annoyed? I'm just not going to. But she can't. She feels she has to, you know, every time she has to say how stupid I am that I can't do this fucking thing. And how many times has she shown me? How many times have I asked this fucking question? It has to be like that. And if I'm in a good humor, it doesn't matter. But if I'm in a humor like today, then it always bad for both of us. It's so strange too. I was sitting here yesterday stressed and worried about my exam, and here I am today. I'm just as bad. I'm maybe worse because I'm feeling worse, you know. And the exam is finished. You think this would be a great day of rejoicing? It should be, you know, but it just goes to show you just think the exam means this and that. You think this means this and that. None of it means anything really. You're just stuck in this fucking quagmire of shit. It's nothing to do with outside things at all. It's just there. It's in your guts. Just in your guts. The test, I thought, went pretty well. I could be completely wrong about that because, you know, quite possible that half the questions I'm quite sure are correct could be completely incorrect. But it wasn't as difficult, as, to be honest, as I thought it would be. There wasn't like long sentences that you had to, you know, where you had to put in 20 missing words, and when you were trying to read a text and then answer a question, it was just 2 or 3 sentences. It wasn't like 2 paragraphs. So it was all right. Not so bad. And I am glad it's finished. I just wish that this episode hadn't happened. It's a strange atmosphere, kind of. I left Tuco's lead on the other side of the river, on the other side of this little pond. It's a strange atmosphere because we don't really like being I mean, I don't mind being at home with Flo, but I don't think Flo likes me being around too much in the house. She'd rather be there on her own, or she'd rather me doing, like, you know, a 10-hour shift and just coming home at night. She doesn't take much pleasure in seeing me arrive home. And that's gonna be, when all of this stuff is done, I think we're gonna be back to that situation of just me being constantly reminded that I'm not going to get a job by sitting or lying on the couch. It's such a fucking cliche, isn't it? The stuff the comedians talk about, the stuff that they go on about. Old guys, when I was young, used to do this thing about the wife, the stand-up routine about the wife. Oh God, it's a lot of it based on some kind of truth. It must be just the dynamics of male and female somehow, the dynamics, the psychological differences. And it's kind of sad, but I'm quite happy when she goes to Maraval for the weekend. I just feel I got the place to myself. I can lie around all fucking day if I want. I can go for a walk, I can eat, but I don't know, I don't feel like I'm intruding, and it's a terrible thing to feel in your own house, to feel like you're not really welcome in your own place, you know. That somebody would be happier if you were absent longer. I'm sure it's, well, when you look at Liddy and Pierre, they don't seem to have that situation at all. But a lot of relationships end up like this. So instead of celebrating tonight, I now feel like I've just got a pain in my side. And I have to go back and I think apologize, because the type of person I am, I would rather she kind of treats me like a fucking idiot than live in an atmosphere where, you know, which is just really awful. I would always be, I would prefer to admit I'm wrong and will always be wrong. And it's nothing to do with her, it's just me. Just a fucking... who am I kidding anyway? There isn't really a norm, like I just said, she's not really, she doesn't like me being there. So the test is done. It all went great. Soleil had a really bad time of it. She had her Apple laptop and apparently it didn't work. And then I'm not so sure what the story was with the questions, whether the test had started and so the timer was just running and the questions were just, and the screen was frozen or something, but the questions were still, I don't know. It can't be frozen if the questions are still coming and going, but it just, I think she wasn't able to choose there was stuff wasn't working. She couldn't click on anything and then the question would disappear. What's wrong, Tuco? But for me, it went so well. The fact I practiced the instructions, I'd read them a few times, really helped. And it was so straightforward. You check the internet connection sound by just clicking a button, and then I took a picture of myself and I held up my passport, and it all first time I didn't have to do anything twice. And then I did 50 questions, which just yesterday I was thinking, 50 questions, that's an awful lot. But today you're just doing one after the other. And then all of a sudden I just looked and I was on question 35 or something, and I thought, shit, there's only 50 of these. I'm more than halfway through. And then at the end I was able to book the oral for this day next week at 9 o'clock. So I was the first to finish, and everybody else seemed to have various trouble with this or that. But that's the end of that. I don't know. I don't know. I hope when I go to bed tonight, I have a nice feeling of I'm glad that that's over, because I haven't really had a chance, or at least it hasn't hit me. I mean, I should feel better. I should feel better because this thing's finished, but I don't. It's disappointing that there's not more of a sense of relief. Maybe later on, maybe tomorrow morning when I pack my stuff and head off, and I know that it doesn't matter now what we learn, and it's finished. I don't have to try and remember stuff. I'm not doing another test, so I can just, kind of relax for the rest of this course, and I'm just there for the money. And then try and look forward to the internship in Carrefour. Who knows, maybe it'll actually turn out to be fun. I have to think of how nice it would be if I did have a job. You're right, Tuco. Good boy. What's up? Where are you going? Good boy. Where are the fish? Then I want to download these files, even if it's pretty boring stuff for anyone, including me. When I listen back, I sometimes listen, and after 5 seconds I have to turn it off. It's really just, I think it's something that helps me in the present. And I have moments like now when I'm thinking maybe I should just private all these conversations. Who the fuck wants to hear all this stuff? Really? I mean, it is an extraordinarily honest, truly honest view from this guy. It really is my soul, kind of, I'm not, because it's just me, I'm not hiding anything. I'm not trying to entertain. I'm not trying to show the world what a great guy I am. It really is just the essence of the thing, the truth of the thing, and maybe there's something noble in that, in spite of how I would imagine boring it is. Unless some similar-minded person or similar-souled person listens to it and thinks, shit, there's a little bit of that in me. I hear stuff and I know what he means. I know what the problem of EFG is, because because I have the same problem. Maybe there's some reason. And the day comes and I'm no longer around anyway, I won't care who hears it, or who follows what. I have to say, the thought of Flo going off, she's going this weekend coming, and I'm imagining having my beers with my lime, and having my Panasonic 2.0, what is it, whatever, the slimline Panasonic on my lap, and talking as I'm drinking my beer with the lime. I'm just chilling out. It's all in the fucking mind, isn't it, really? It's all in that box in our head. I am not this, I am not that. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care, but I can't say that and go back without saying something to Flo, because I don't want to be in the atmosphere where we're both in the kind of fucking sulky place. And we both think we're the martyrs. Or I've gone around feeling guilty for the next 2 days. But I don't know if I have anything else to say. 23 minutes. I really must download these things. Spent hours and hours running a SimCity scenario today. I'm on the map where there's just 2 different islands. I hardly ever play on that one. It's funny, I had an island and I had it basically sponsored by the other island. So they were sending the bin men, they were sending police, ambulances, fire brigade, all from the other town. And so I didn't put any of the facilities, didn't put anything, didn't even put a school, didn't even put a dump. And I let it run and run, and I put a casino. And there was oil, so I drilled for oil and I'm exporting the oil. And it's so funny because I managed to get it up to, it was about 93% happiness without any facilities. And then I had a problem with the water, so I put in, I didn't have water, sewage, nothing, just the small ones. So then I put in the water, the sewage, I put in some, the bin, And then for some unknown reason, the rating, happiness rating dropped to 73. Fucking stupid. I don't know why that was. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just finding some peace.